Hello, this is a short video presentation on solving quadratic equations by taking the square root. First of all, when we take the square root, we have to ask ourselves, what is the square root? What is the square root of 4? Square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2 and negative 2, or the notation we use, plus or minus 2. The reason is 2 times 2 is 4, and negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Square roots, except for 0, 0 is the only exception, square roots numbers always have two square roots, a positive and a negative. Sometimes we're going to have equations that look like this. X minus 4 squared equals 8. We can solve this by taking the square root of both sides. As long as one side is a perfect square, and because I have a 2 there, it's a perfect square. As long as this is a perfect square, I can take the square root, and I must put a plus or minus 2. The square root of this is just x minus 4 equals plus or minus 8, square root of 8. And now, from yesterday, we can simplify. The square root of 8 is the square root of 4 times 2, or 2 square root of 2. So we have x minus 4 equals plus or minus 2 square root of 2. Add 4 to both sides, and we get x equals 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 2. Now this is a good time to point out this number and this number can't be combined. They're not essentially like terms. All right? And you're not going to get 6 square root of 2. They must be kept separate. Now, if we look at another problem here, for instance, 2 times x plus 5, or let's say 2x plus 5, squared equals 32. All right? First thing we have to do is get rid of this 2. This parentheses here that I've outlined in pink must be isolated. Before we can take the square root, we must get rid of this 2. So we divide by 2, and I end up with 2x, quantity 2x plus 5, squared equals 16. Take the square root of both sides, not forgetting our plus minus. That's the biggest thing that's going to get people. And we end up with 2x plus 5 equals plus or minus 4. Now, this becomes a little bit easier for us. We now end up with two equations. 2x plus 5 equals positive 4, and 2x plus 5 equals negative 4. We subtract 5, both equations actually, and we get 2x equals negative 1, 2x equals negative 9. We divide by 2, and x is equal to negative 1/2, or x equals negative 9/2. -1/2, and -9/2. Actually, I should have done this up here with this answer. It should be in brackets, curly brackets, 4 ± 2 square root of 2. That's all there is to it. You need to isolate the thing being squared and then take the square root, not forgetting the plus and minus. All right, tomorrow, our next thing to do is we are going to actually make equations be in this form. All right, talk to you later. Have a great day.